In this formative learning video, what we are going to be doing today is learning about Adobe Illustrator. And if this is the first time that you are logging in to Adobe Illustrator, the first thing that we want to do is access Adobe Creative Cloud. So on your desktop, you will see an icon like this, or you can also go to your Start menu, and we want to open Adobe Creative Cloud. So Adobe Creative Cloud will open up once you log in and you use your school email and you select Brighton Secondary for the license. We should have access to each of these. In your suggested, you should be able to open Illustrator, and it will open up to a window looking at something like this. To begin with, we are going to create a new file. So up here, we're going to go new file. It will open up and look something like this. We want to create an A4 sized canvas that we're going to work on. And up here, we are going to call our project name tag. And I'm going to put Wallace at the end, but you're going to put your first name there. For our measurement, yours will probably be in points to start with. We do not want to work in points. We want to work in millimeters. So we're going to drop down that menu and go to millimeters. Also, our color mode. Your original color mode will be CMYK, but we want to change that to RGB. So RGB stands for red, green, and blue colors. So we've named it name tag with your name. We've changed our measurements to millimeters, and we've changed our color mode to RGB. Once we do that, we hit create, and it will load up a blank canvas for us. So this is my blank canvas here. And the first thing that we are going to want to do is create our outline for our name tag. So over here, we have our rectangle tool. If we click and hold, we have a couple of different options here, but to start with, we are going to just do a rectangle. If I come over to the white space, which is our canvas, I'm going to click in the top corner. And once we click, it will give us the options to change the size of our rectangle. So we are going to make it 45 width by 20, let's go 25 high. We hit OK. This rectangle should go up the top here. If I zoom in, using my zoom down the bottom here, I can make that a bit bigger so we can see. While we have this highlighted, I want to come up to the top and select this blank arrow up the top here, which is our selection tool. And then we are going to curve our corners. So I want to drag that in until, let's do it about 4 mils. So now we're not going to have any sharp corners on our name tag. But we're going to need a hole to put a keychain through. So to do that in the corner, we come back up here to the rectangle tool. I'm going to click and hold, and this menu is going to come up, and we want to go to the ellipse tool. I'm going to click in my space here, and we are going to make our hole 3.5 by 3.5, and it should make a hole like that. If we click and drag in the middle of it, we can move it closer towards the edge, but we don't want it too close to the edge because that's going to weaken that acrylic or the plastic that we cut this out of. So we want to still have that strength there that it's going to hold on your keychain without breaking. We can see that the lines that we've created here are black. So we actually want to cut this out of the acrylic. So to cut this out, I'm going to click and drag. So I've selected the circle and our rectangle. And we should have an appearance box turn up over here on the right of our window. We want to change the fill to those ones to none. So this box with the red line through it means that we don't want any fill. And we are going to change the stroke weight. So this plus button down the bottom here, we want to start a new swatch. So we want a new color. It will pop up like this. And we want to make it RGB red. So I click and drag the red over to 255. And we make our green and our blue both 0. And then we can see that if I deselect that, the outline of that shape is now red, which is going to tell our laser cutter to cut that line. But we need to make that line a bit thinner. So we're going to make it 0.01 point. So that means that those lines are going to get cut out. All right, so we want to etch onto our name tag. So we're going to come across here to our window, and we should see this T here, which is our type tool. And we're going to select that one. And then we're going to click and drag, and we're going to create a box here. It should come up with some Latin in it, but we are just going to put our name. So I'm going to put Wallace. Over on our right-hand side here, we can make it bigger so it takes up more space. And we can also change the font. So you might want to select a font. The thicker the font is, the better it is going to get cut out on our name tag. So we have Wallace there, and now that is black, which if we go to our fill, we want to make sure that all of these are on 0. That means that that's going to tell the laser cutter to engrave Wallace out on our thing. So it's not going to cut it out. It's just going to etch it into the acrylic. So now we should have the outline of our name tag in RGB red 0.01. The same with the whole, and we should have our name in black with a picked out font and the correct size. So I might try to make mine a bit bigger. And if we move it across, that looks pretty good. All right. Come back for video 2, where I'm going to show you how we can add an image underneath your name there.